Hello and welcome back to another Netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Sincerely appreciate you joining me today for episode 21, Custom Field on DataNav SQL Won't Work, and how you can get this to work. So I have here a data source called payments, and it's in my DataNav. And what I want to do is I want to create a matrix that has broker ID and broker name, and then I'm going to pull in some of the other calculations or facts that are available on this data source. So initially I would pull in broker ID, and I'll just go ahead and click OK on that, and then broker name. Okay. And that isn't exactly how I want it to appear, because how I want it to appear is I want to see the broker ID and the broker name associated with that ID. I don't want to see every broker ID having a list of all the broker names. So what I would need to do is I'd need to create a custom field here. And how I do that is by going over here, right-clicking, and selecting Add Custom Field. Okay, and I'm going to call this broker ID, broker name. Okay, and then what I would do is I'd go ahead and I'd click Insert. I guess I got to click Insert, and then I'd hit my plus sign, and then I would say broker name, Insert. If I verify my SQL, it says my SQL is valid, or my SQL statement, and I click OK, and then that would create a new item for me in my data source down here, broker ID, broker name. If I go ahead and I were to drag this, say, to matrix 4 now, let's watch what happens. Go ahead and go ahead and select all values. I get something here that says, hey, conversion failed when converting the varchar value this to data type int. I didn't know it was a data type int, and it shouldn't be a data type int because I'm concatenating really broker ID and broker name here. So I was a little confused by this, but what I discovered is I need to change my SQL statement on this, even though when I verified SQL, it said that it worked, it's valid. Well, it's not actually valid. What you need to do is you need to cast these, if you're familiar with SQL at all. And I'd cast these as a varchar, because that's kind of what broker name is. And I'm just going to pick a large number, so 100. And then if I wanted to have a space between this, or an underscore to separate them, I'd put underscore, and then I'd put cast broker name. I love this. I can make this bigger so you can see the entire statement as varchar 100. Okay, and I think I need to throw an as in here. And then again, if I verify SQL, not that that told me anything before per se, I can click OK. It's got my broker ID, broker name here. And again, if I now bring that over, let's see if it works. Voila, it does work, just as I would want it to work. So it brings over the broker number and the broker name. So that's how you would fix that if you're running into some sort of data conversion, data type error on DataNav when you're trying to create a custom field. If you have any questions about Quantrix that you need answered, feel free to reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. Of course, follow me here at YouTube and also on Twitter. I absolutely love Quantrix, and please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.